What if the NBA's opening night wasn't just the beginning of a new season, but a three-game statement that completely resets the league's balance of power? That's the idea behind NBC's reported opening night triple-header, and if this lineup holds, basketball fans are getting a ridiculous amount of star power before the first night is even over. The NBA is set to return to NBC and Peacock with 3 games designed to tell 3 very different stories. Jayson Tatum and Cade Cunningham would get things started with Boston visiting Detroit. Then the spotlight moves to Madison Square Garden, where the New York Knicks are expected to raise their championship banner after finally ending a 53-year drought. And then, late at night, the Western Conference gets its own heavyweight rematch with Oklahoma City facing San Antonio. Start with Boston and Detroit, because this one could tell us a lot about where the Eastern Conference is headed. Jayson Tatum's Celtics bring the kind of perimeter attack that can turn a game into a three-point shooting contest almost overnight, while Cade Cunningham and the Pistons have built their identity around attacking the paint and making Cunningham the engine of the offense. These are 2 teams that were near the top of the East last season, so this isn't just an opening day celebration. It's an early measuring stick. But that's only the first act. The real emotional centerpiece could be in New York, and honestly, it's difficult to imagine a more dramatic setting. For the first time since 1973, the Knicks are entering a season as defending NBA champions. New York beat San Antonio 4-1 in the 2026 finals, with Jalen Brunson producing a 45-point masterpiece in the deciding Game 5. After more than 5 decades of waiting, the Knicks finally had their championship moment, followed by a massive celebration throughout the city. Now imagine that same Madison Square Garden going from championship celebration to a completely different kind of pressure. The banner goes up. The rings are handed out. The crowd gets its chance to celebrate Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, and the team that finally delivered what generations of Knicks fans had been waiting for. And then the ball goes up against Philadelphia. That's where the story gets really interesting. Philadelphia is being presented as one of the biggest challengers to New York, with a roster built around major names and enormous expectations. Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey already give the 76ers plenty of offensive firepower, while the reported addition of Jalen Brown would dramatically raise the stakes. And then there's LeBron James, whose presence alone would turn an already massive opening night matchup into one of the most watched games of the season. For the Knicks, this is about defending a championship. For Philadelphia, it's about proving that all that star power can actually become a championship-caliber team. That's a very different challenge. Having talented players is one thing. Figuring out who controls the ball, who creates late in games, who sacrifices shots, and how all those pieces fit together is where championship teams are actually built. And just when you think the night can't get bigger, NBC reportedly saves the most familiar matchup for last. Oklahoma City against San Antonio would be more than a regular season game. These teams just met on the biggest stage in the Western Conference, and the matchup would put Shai Gilgeous-Alexander against Victor Wembanyama once again. Oklahoma City enters the new season with its championship ambitions intact, while San Antonio has the kind of young core that could make the Spurs one of the league's most dangerous teams for years. Wembanyama's development is obviously a massive part of that story. But he's not alone. Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper are part of a young San Antonio group that gained valuable playoff experience during the previous season. On the other side, a healthier Oklahoma City roster would give the Thunder a chance to answer one of the biggest questions from that Western Conference battle. What happens when the Thunder have their full collection of creators available? Think about what NBC is really doing here. It's not simply putting 3 basketball games on television. It's creating 3 different narratives in one night. Boston and Detroit fighting for Eastern Conference positioning, Philadelphia trying to crash New York's championship celebration, and Oklahoma City and San Antonio immediately reopening a Western Conference rivalry. And there's something bigger happening, too. NBC and Peacock are making a major return to the NBA national television landscape, giving the league another major broadcast platform alongside its other media partners. The NBA's published 2026-27 calendar confirms the league's broader NBC and Peacock relationship, including major events later in the season, although the exact opening night lineup described in the supplied article should still be treated as an announced plan until the official schedule is finalized. That uncertainty actually makes the announcement more intriguing, because by the time opening night arrives, the rosters, health situations and championship expectations could look very different. But if these matchups remain intact, October won't feel like the NBA easing back into action. It'll feel like the league hitting the accelerator from the opening tip. 3 games. Championship pressure. New stars, familiar rivals, and one very loud message. The new NBA season isn't waiting around to become interesting. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Prime Wire, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest news. Thanks for watching.